guys, it's Sarah and I have another Disney layout here for you. So today this one is going to be about my husband and all the kids sitting on one of the Star Wars droids. Ooh. And so I have a couple pictures of them just sitting on that, kind of like in a pose. So I'm going to go ahead and do that one here today. And I'm pulling out a lot of greens and browns. That's going to be my main color scheme here. So I have this matte paper. This is from Studio Calico, and I've had that for so long, you guys. I forgot to check the year, on what year that was, but I've had it for a very, very long time. And I'm also using this green paper from Glitz that I cut down. And I cut it down enough to where you can really see like one full row on the top and bottom of those globes because I want you to be able to see what they are. And then I have this paper here, and this is from Paper Loft. And I'm just going to use this as a big layering piece here as well. And then I also have one more piece of paper from Studio Calico that is kind of a brown with a black grid on top. And I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of some of these papers here, and I am using Distress ink from Tim Holtz, and the color is Vintage Photo, so it's a nice brown. And I'm just going to go ahead and use my mini blending tool, and I'm going to ink up all of the edges of these papers here. And that just kind of helps bring them all together and make them cohesive. All right, so I have those two done, and I will go back and do the other little scrap piece of paper I have here in a second too. So I'm going to go ahead and get this down. And when you see like me come up a little bit and doing something on my desk, it's me fast forwarding through commercials on my iPad because I'm watching recorded shows from Dish from our DVR on my iPad. There's an app we have that you can watch your DVR'd shows on there. You just have to fast forward through all the commercials. So that's what I'm doing anytime my hand goes up there like that. So I'm sorry about that, but I don't want to sit and watch commercials either, you know? All right, so there's that Studio Calico scrap piece of paper. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down, and I'm going to leave a little bit of a separation here between pictures. I don't always do that. Usually I kind of flush them up against each other, but this time I'm just going to do something a little bit different and kind of just give them a little bit of a separation there. I have this little vellum scrap piece here that is from a cut apart sheet that I've had for a very long time. And I saved it for that number 5 and just anytime I needed something like that. And since there's 5 kids in the picture down here, I'm going to go ahead and stick that there. And I'm just going to use my tiny attacher and attach the end of it. And then I have this kind of a neon green scrap of cardstock. So I'm going to put a little bit at the top and some at the bottom as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and work on my title, and I'm going to use these stickers, and these stickers are called Doll, and they're like an enamel thicker, and they're green. So I am going to spell out the title Hang On Tight. And right now I'm looking at all my letters to make sure I can actually spell that before I start sticking them down. I'm actually not going to use my wax paper this time. I know exactly where I want it to go, and I know it's going to fit, so I'm not too worried about using wax paper and moving it around and stuff. So I was just making sure I had all the letters I needed. So there is my title. And so now I'm going to use one of these little word phrase tiles from Amy Tangerine, and I'm going to use 2 of them. And this one says everything is a good idea, but I'm going to cut off everything is and just use a good idea. And then I'm going to also use the word always to put them together, so it's going to be always a good idea. I'm going to use this little Mickey head, and that is from EK Success, and it looks like a little button. And then I'm going to use a couple of these rub-ons here. These are from SEI, and they were actually sent to me by one of my subscribers. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one that says Boom on it, and it kind of fits pretty perfectly right there. And I thought it was kind of fitting, you know, they're sitting on a droid and they go fast and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down. And I couldn't find my rub-on tool. I forgot my husband and I had used it for another project that we worked on together, and it's just not in my room right now. So I just grabbed my bone folder because it was readily available. So I'm going to be using that to do my rub-ons here. And it works fine. And it really just fits perfectly right there. It looks great. Okay. So I got that, and just adding a little more adhesive there. And I know I want to put something right around the title because there's just a little bit of awkward space. So this little green and gray star is going to fit perfectly right there. So I'm just going to rub that down. And then I am going to use some of these hearts here by Twine and Ink, most definitely. And I also still need to do my journaling. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about right now. So journaling first, I'm going to go ahead and write down here on this cardstock down on the bottom. It seems like the perfect place. And I am just talking about how we saw this droid that you could climb on and take pictures, and the kids climbed right on, and of course my husband did too. So it was really cool to have all the kids there in the photo. So that was nice. All right, so now I'm going to use some of these hearts. These are from Twine and Ink, and I'm just using up some yellow and green toned hearts here. And I believe I'm going to add another heart. There was like one little gray one right here, so I'm going to go ahead and use that up here. And then that's going to complete my layout. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any questions at all, and I will try to answer them. And I have some close-ups coming up here for you. But I will be back again with some more layouts for you. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.